Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is my TV chat for Ready to Love and Ladies Who List. The Ladies Who List is actually the season finale. They may get a season two, but if they don't get a season two, I wouldn't be upset because season one was only about like two arguments. But let's move on from that. Thank you for the live watchers, but also the replay watchers because I out the blue came on live today. So we're gonna get through this and that and everything. I will be live after this review to do Grown Up Hip Hop, and then I'll be live later on for other stuff too because Sundays are the day I get all my reviews for the weekend out. Okay, make sure that you do a couple of little things. Y'all know I would like for you all to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, dun and dun round here. Okay, you can also make sure to do these things right here. Like the video, comment in the comment section because this is a conversation that we are having on the live chat. Share, relax, relate, release, center yourself and everyone around you, and always inhale and exhale. Please follow me, okay, on social media at Jaylee's Corner, okay, on IG, on Twitter. And if you just happen to want to send some money to me for monetary thank yous, okay, I am on CashApp. You don't have to. No one has to give me anything, but if you want to, it's always appreciated, okay? Yes, I am here and stuff, okay? Hair pull back and all. Again, this is TV chats and stuff. Okay, I was going to plan to post my live yesterday so y'all would know I'm live, but I went to sleep. Okay, went to sleep and it was fine. So here we are today. Surprise! I'm live. Thank you, Haley, and the rest of you beautiful people. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you, Dwayne. Is it Dwayne? Yeah, Dwayne. Dwayne is Pierre. Okay, let's go. Cheers to the best. No, cheers, the best drinking buddy ever in life in the party in my head. Well, thank you very much for the super of the chat. Okay, hey, Ma, I'm gonna call you when I'm done. Um, Even if Kiana doesn't come back, I'm good with moving on with the five for season two. Hey. I'm gonna probably come through later on with a little gossip chat because I want to discuss the NAACP awards and some other things that happened over the weekend and stuff. Okay, but let's go ahead and get into what we're gonna get into so that I can move on to do growing up hip hop next because I gotta still watch some shows too. I gotta watch Black King Crew. I gotta rewatch Snowfall to get my notes to do reviews on those shows too. And I'm thinking about doing um Johnson's Cabaret again, but I don't know. Okay, I'm caught up on the episodes, but I don't know if I want to come and discuss the foolishness that is Johnson's Cabaret. Okay, but y'all know, first up, we do Ladies Who Listen because I feel like again, the reason I put these two together is because not many people watch Ladies Who Listen. I was like, I can't keep doing it for no reason. So, boom, we have the ladies. I do not have any pictures for my reviews today. It's gonna be the people who we discussing. And that's it. Okay, that's it. Because I ain't feel like taking pictures and doing screenshots and then editing and all that stuff. That was seeming too much for me. So we're gonna get this right here. But y'all know who they are. Okay, y'all know it's Kira and Kiana and Crystal. Okay, and then Robin and Tiana and then Tiffany. Okay, those are the people who we will be discussing today. So we do see a couple of things within the episode. They are trying to show us the ladies are closing deals and selling homes and all these things. We see two little scenes. One, we see Tiffany and Kiana who were at a closing. And Kiana actually had two listings basically because she was the listing agent who was working with a buyer. I think somebody else in her brokerage was working with a seller. So okay, so money coming in on all fronts or whatever. So they were at a closing. Cool. One black man sold a house. One black man bought a house. Okay, power to the black man. Okay, and we also seen Tiana, whose client it was a black woman who was looking at a house with her kids, her husband, the whole family. And it was like a little ranch home for like almost 600 grand. And they got it. So again, Tiana also closed on the house, was happy, and whatnot. So again, this show still tried to show them working and doing, real estate things, closing things, meetings and things. And I like that. But again, I still felt like this whole season was about like maybe 2, maybe chemistry arguments. And even though we only got, was it 8 episodes? I don't know how many episodes it was, but I still feel like this first season, it wasn't a bad first season. It was a good first season. Like we was watching or whatever. But I feel like if they get a second season, I need more. Okay. Now we do see Tiana and Kira go to a wine tasting in the chat. And Kira brings up, well, I'm considering going to work with Crystal because Crystal been whining and dining me and trying to pull me over to the dark side of it all. Because Crystal to me is a bit evil, but not all the way evil, but a little bit evil or whatever. So, Kira's trying to figure out, is she whining and dining me because she want to be my friend? Like, is it friendly things? Or is it because she wants me to leave Tiffany's she wants to take my business from Tiffany and bring it over to her, because we know that Tiffany and Crystal do not vibe. They are not friends. Okay, they made that clear in the last episode. But again, she's just wondering, like, what's the intent? And to me, Tiana had the best advice. Like, you have to figure out what Crystal's end game is, because everyone has an end game. Make sure you're not out here being fooled just to be fooled. Okay, think of what you're doing, think of why she's doing what she's doing and what you want to do. And do I think Crystal's motives are underhanded and sneaky? Yes. But do I also feel like it's business? Yes. um so I don't care either way, truth be told. Like an eyelash full of my eye. I don't care either way. But again, to me, it's not a big enough deal to be having all these scenes sitting around acting like, oh my God, my eye. Acting like, oh, I don't know what to do. What should I do? It's like, girls, common sense. You either want to go over there with that lady and make some more money or make some money or not. Okay. Tiana's going to make her coins if she don't do anything else. All the coins are the coins of it all, and she's not gonna wait for nobody else to help her make them coins. She's gonna make them herself. So I agree. I like Tiana. I don't even dislike Kira like I thought I was going to after that whole "you won't follow me on social media" debacle. I still think Kira is young and she's impressionable, and she's always waiting for someone else to help guide her into what she needs to do. And she's kind of following suit between, oh, well, Crystal wants me to be on her side, but I don't know. Should I leave Tiffany alone? I'm like, why not, girl, what? This damn eyelash. Why not have this conversation with Tiffany if that's the broker or the closing attorney that you usually work with? So it's just weird. Okay, it's just weird. But again, that was their conversation. But she also brings up how Crystal invited her to this poly party. Okay. And I'm like, Lord, this poly party. Now, Crystal invited Kira to the poly party, I believe, before she invited Robin. Okay. And Kira kind of wasn't with it. Kira, like, I don't want to be around there with people who sharing penises and vaginas. Leave me out of that. I don't want to do that. It seemed too much. And the funny part was how Tiana was like, a poly party? What's a poly party? It's like, polyamory. I don't know if Tiana did not know what poly meant, or she just never heard of a poly party and was thinking about it like a poly pocket. Like, what do you mean? Is it a toy? I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like, Polly, like, the shit. She's like, oh, no, no, no. I want one penis. I don't want to share my vagina. No, no, no. So again, but she did say she's not surprised that Crystal know people in the poly world. I'm like, was that a dig? Because does that sound like Crystal knows everyone? Because Crystal be collecting friends. We're gonna leave that be. Now we do see Crystal and Robin went to this poly party. Now, when she kept bringing it up, I gotta hang now. When she kept bringing it up, I felt like a poly party would like be organized. It'd be, a thing to do. It'd be all fancy or whatever. And they went to a park. Okay, like here we have Belle Isle. That's like, it's like a huge park by the water and have, benches and gazebos or whatever. I'm like, y'all went to a park for a poly party? Was it a poly party picnic? Okay, I mean, because I didn't see no food, I didn't hear no music, I didn't see no dancing. Was it a party really, or was it just some folks beating up to sit around and chit chat on camera? I was confused about this whole scene. Now, Crystal and Robin, because again, we know this guy right here, okay, his name is Zane, okay. This is Crystal's friend who was in the poly lifestyle and was asking her, come on down to the poly party side of things and see what's going on. Okay. Now, first of all, he's cute. Okay. He is cute, but something about him makes me think he's also shady. Okay, he just wants all the vagina and no commitment. Really, I can have sex with who I want to have sex with, and they can't be upset about me having sex with other people because we poly. Now, that's just my thought process on if I'm gonna leave that be. But Crystal and Robin get there, and I'm like, why are y'all asking each other all these questions about poly? Because y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. And Rob like, am I dressed right? How? What am I supposed to wear? I'm like, was there no like real invitation to the poly party? Like, was there no guidelines? I was just confused. Now, when they get there, because Robin met Zane at Crystal's birthday party. She was aware of who he was or whatever, but she's like, hi, is your girlfriend here? Because you the same people sitting around in the background, but no real explanation on what was going on. I'm like, it looked like a family barbecue, like a family reunion, okay? Like you're hanging out with your friends, drinking out of red cups, okay? To me, I'm like, this was not really a poly party. Just because everybody is, poly and y'all go have drinks, is that a poly party? No. If I go out with my family, it does not always mean it's a family reunion. We just hanging out and stuff. I'm like, it's not a poly party. I'm gonna leave that be too. Now, when Robin asks him, so is your girlfriend here? And I'm like, Robin, why you keep whispering? What's going on? Okay. And Robin had all the questions. She wanted to know all she could because, again, Robin's thought process was, what is poly? They sharing cooch and penises is weird in my opinion. Okay. And when Zane then say, well, no, my girlfriend isn't here. Okay. Because she's married. Okay. And Saturdays is her family days. And I'm like, uh, sir, really, sir? Okay, but again, if that's the poly life, that's the poly life. But I'm like, him saying my girlfriend ain't here because she with her husband and Saturday is family day, and I know my role. I know my role, okay, because we've been doing this for a year. So I don't get upset when she can't make it to things and them that I'm having. I'm like, first of all, sir, I don't fully feel like this is a poly party, meaning you think of like people have like swinger parties. It's something that is organized for the people and their lifestyle, and y'all doing what y'all do. And I'm like, well, what is a poly party? This was a barbecue, and I didn't think it was. I didn't see no barbecue. I didn't see no food. I didn't see no chips. Okay, I seen a couple red cups, and that's all, sitting under a gazebo in an open area, and that was it. But I was just confused about everything that was going on. Now, Robin asked 1,001 questions, but he was answering all her questions. I think he was cool. Um, he even brought up how the girlfriend husband doesn't get jealous of him and the man's wife because the husband has his own partners too. That's just their lifestyle. I was like, okay, I mean, that is the lifestyle or whatever, and that's what it is. But it was weird to me because Crystal and Robin was sitting around and looking around, and like their body language was like it was an orgy. I'm like, no one's naked. Y'all are literally in a park, fully clothed, drinking from red cups. It was really, really it. I was like, I just don't know what's going on. Let me see some comments. I think the left side needs to do some more reflection while the right side needs to take a bow. Okay. This wasn't a poly party. This was a damn barbecue. I agree. Robin had me laughing on the same with the poly people. Robin was definitely the entertainment this whole episode because to me, nothing else happened this whole episode besides this long ass scene. Okay, and then the end at the masquerade party. So Robin to me was entertaining this whole time. It looked like a hangout at the pavilion at the park. That's all. And I was like, what's going on? Right. It was a poly picnic. I'm like, right, bring a picnic basket. I don't get the live. I didn't get the live notification. Oh, because I just popped up and went live. didn't redo no. You have to set the live at least 30 minutes before for them to send you a notification. And now this was like boop, like with a little like a little 10 minutes. I'm sorry about that. Um, you see that girl grab the ketchup? I didn't, because I was the whole time I was watching the scene. I was like, what is going on? What is, and it's like, was y'all only at one table and the other folks at the other table wasn't part of y'all party, but there was background noise. I was like, what is going on here? Crystal, the event looked like a potty party. Okay. Um, that was what it is. I think we were expecting to see an orgy. See, this is the thing. I wasn't expecting to see an orgy, but I just felt like it would be more of some kind of organized um thing. And it just looked like people, it was, first of all, it was Crystal and Robin and Zane and then five other people. And when I think of a poly party, I'm like, it should be like, 10, 15, 20 people because it's a party. This wasn't a party. This is a small gathering. Okay, a small gathering of really six people plus Robin and Crystal. Okay, right. Just chilling in the park like Rouge Park. Because we have Rouge Park here too. And you just go sit and it was nothing, and I was confused the whole time. Okay. Now as they sit around talking, I will also say this. They were talking to the couples or whatever, and I'm like, what's going on? And like, so who are you? So Robin, so who are you? Asked the other people sitting there. Okay, well, I'm so and so, that's my husband, but that's my girlfriend. Oh, when I'm so and so and so and so, and that's my wife, that's my girlfriend. I'm looking like, okay, so it was basically husbands, wives, and girlfriends. It seemed like Zane was the only one there without a partner. Okay, but I guess maybe not Robin, Crystal was gonna be his potential partner because again, Crystal made it seem like I like this guy. You know what I'm saying? I like him. And he's into poly, so he wants me to go to a poly party, to possibly participate with his penis. Okay. And that's not what it was. I'm like, well, it's just so weird. Okay. And so within the conversation, we see Robin bring up how, well, Crystal has a boyfriend. Okay. So, Zane, would you be okay with you and Crystal and her boyfriend? He was like, shut up. Wait, what? So, excuse me, he didn't even know that Crystal was talking to somebody else. And now I'm like, well, we didn't either. This is my question. Crystal, if you have a boyfriend, why are you here at a poly party to partake in Zane's penis? I was confused. Why are we here? Why are we here if Crystal was already dating someone else? So Crystal and Zane gonna have a little separate conversation. And she tells somebody, you came to my birthday party, and there's a guy who was also sitting next to me, to you, whatever. He's like, no, because I was focused on you. So how would I notice some dude around here who penis I don't want? Okay. And she said, well, yeah, I know him, you know what I'm saying? I like him or whatever. We've been talking on the phone, and I think I'm gonna start dating him. I'm like, so you don't have a boyfriend like Robin. So you didn't told Robin you had a boyfriend, but you don't, because this is a guy who you have been talking to on the phone. Okay, I'm gonna leave that be too. So why did you come to the poly party? Because it seemed like you do not want to partake in the penis of the poly party. I was confused. This whole scene confused. I felt hoodwinked. I felt bamboozled. I felt led astray. Okay, I felt like it was a disastrous nightmare of just not knowing what was going on. And, he was like, oh, well, okay. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought it was something different. And I thought it was something different too. Now, seeing Robin having a conversation with the other people who are poly and them explaining this and that and that and this. Because Robin thing is, usually typically with women and men in relationships, if the person go out and do something else, okay, we go kiss and hug and bang someone else, I'm upset. I'm pissed. Okay. But within y'all relationship stuff, that's okay. They're like, well, yeah, because we have communication, we have understanding, and the only time that you would get upset about somebody going to bang someone else if they, betrayed your trust and did something that was not already discussed. And I'm like, cool. Cool. Now, Robin admitted that before she came that she was being judgmental. She had a whole different thought process about what a poly person, poly life could be. And now, before she thought, my cooch is for one penis, but now my cooch can be for many penises. Okay. I can maybe do two penises because, as she said, she got a husband and a boyfriend, and he got a girlfriend and a wife. And it's just, the mixing and the mingling of vaginas and penises and whatnot. And the whole time, I'm like, how do we get more screen time and more conversation from Robin talking to the poly people than Crystal? And Crystal was one who was supposed to be banging this man in a poly lifestyle. So again, I felt hoodwinked, bamboozled, and led astray. And my exact thing, what I said was, I don't know what I just watched. It's like it was an advertisement for a poly lifestyle. Sorry, y'all. For a poly lifestyle. So I was just like, what's happening here? What's going on? For what? Why are we? Because again, the person who was a poly person that Crystal knew, she got another boyfriend anyway, so she don't want to partake in his penis. I was like, you don't get out my damn face. Can't people have a celebration the way they want? They can. They absolutely can. But what Crystal spoke about and what it was is it wasn't what it was. Okay. Hoodies, jeans, and red solo cups, they get too. I expected the party to be inside. I did too. Food available, possible, rooms available, and maybe some toys inside. Right. It was just like, it's a poly party. When you think of a poly party, like if you think of a bachelorette party, okay, it's just there are different levels of what we assume something is. And to me, I feel like Crystal storyline this season, in my opinion, was a bit boring. And I feel like, I'm not crying a little bit, y'all. I feel like Crystal was doing what she could do to shoot scenes. And so Crystal knew a friend who was in poly. Oh, he wants me to do this. Okay, well, let's just go with this. And it just wasn't what I thought. Right. Crystal needed a storyline. Okay. It was an introduction to others in poly community. Y'all all thought there were really going to be X-rated activity going on. See, this is the difference. No one's saying they got to be out here fucking and sucking, but that did not look. That wasn't even a party. It was six folks at a bench on the side, and then Crystal and Robin came and asked questions. That is, you think a poly party has some kind of organ? You think anybody saying this is our community? We are in the poly lifestyle. I'm aware of poly stuff because I used to watch a show a couple years ago that came on that explained it entirely. So I'm aware of what that lifestyle is, and I get how other folks may not know that. So it could have been an introduction. However, I've also seen other groups and lifestyle people say, this is my lifestyle. We're having a party for our lifestyle. And this was just not it, in my opinion. Okay. Crystal speaks and asks if Zane is jealous and really checking for her. Girl, he is not territorial over you. Yeah, she kept saying he's so territorial. Okay, when he wasn't. He wasn't. I think he would have surprised that you were talking to someone else and he just did not know. And that could be the aspect of them saying, usually within our community, we focus on communication. So for you to be talking to somebody else and I had no idea, okay, all right, fine. So I didn't find him territorial at all. I felt like he just wanted to be on TV. And he was just, saying what he wanted to say or whatever. And that was it. Okay. Hats off to anyone who can do that. I'm too stingy about mine. Me too. Look, unless you really like two people and you want to be with two people, I can't do that. Okay. But has there ever been, we're not gonna go there. My point is that lifestyle is not for everyone. Because I've also seen, people who are in the poly life, and you do see when one person gets upset or jealous or feels as if, they're not getting enough attention and how tensions can rise. So it's still, pitfalls to that lifestyle. But I'm like, they didn't even discuss all of that. But again, it was an introduction to poly life, but I felt like, but what was the point when Krista wasn't even interested? If Krista was really interested in that lifestyle, okay, I get it. But again, she just needed a scene to shoot because she wasn't. We didn't, girl, Crystal get on my nerves. I'm disappointed that instead of seeing a couple of sales, we wasted 15 minutes at Centennial Park talking random on BS on politics. Right. This comment right here. This scene was too long. This scene was, to me, the longest of the episode in the season finale. It wasn't even about anyone on the show, because no one on the show is in the poly life. Crystal did not really want the poly life. Now, even though we got a lot of screen time from Robin, who was asking questions, that's because she was there with Crystal. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. And I was like, get out of my face. The party wasn't sexy at all. Neither was the people. Now I'm not gonna say the people wasn't sexy. I think we not look, we got look. We do not, on this channel, we don't like to judge folks on how they look. People are beautiful, okay, in general. Okay. So at the end of the day, we can't expect models and airbrush bodies and the standard beauty. We don't do that here. Okay. Each folk around there was pretty. Okay. Each folk around there wasn't nothing wrong with them. Okay, we're not gonna do that now. Okay, not in 2022. Sister wife, right? Sister wives. Even the show Seeking the Sister Wife. We've seen these things happen here and there. Okay. Um, that was a lame party. It looked like it was going to be a cookout, and that's my thing. Is not no one is saying a poly party has to be dick sucking, coochie eating, titty flicking, saying stuff. No. But the vibe of it just wasn't what I thought it would be. So I'm gonna leave it at that. The poly lifestyle ain't even for people who are poly. I know people in the lifestyle and they be going through it. Right. It's not all it's cracked up to be. Okay. It's not, oh, it's so easy. It's amazingly easy. I like her. I like him. We're together sometime. We're not together. You go through it. Okay. You go through it. Okay. Maybe it was a covert precaution. Um, I don't know. Leave that be. I don't want to say. The party was a disappointment. I was making candle stop music, but it was a cookout. It was a cookout. It was, and there's nothing wrong with a cookout. I love a cookout. I love a little rendezvous at the park, little drink, little laugh, little music. But it's just not what was expected or whatever. I truly believe most of the women in the poly community were brainwashed to believe that they are okay with it. I don't think that. I think we have to let we have to be okay with the decision of women. We can't always assume that women are weak minded and being brainwashed. I think that is a negative stereotype on women to think women can't make their own decision and say, you know what, I do want to have, maybe a man and a woman, because not all the women are fucking two men. Some women have a girlfriend on the side because they may be bisexual. So I don't want to put a stigma saying, oh, most of the women over there were brainwashed. No, we have to be okay with women being okay with being wanting to be more sexual in their lifestyles. And that's okay. We can't make it seem like, oh, well, the man wants to go out and do more. So that woman can't possibly just be okay with not only being okay with what he's doing, but she's also doing something else that she wants to do. I'm not saying they may not be one or two or a few who may be, brainwashed. True, but I don't want to say most of the women, because I want to give women the best. um I don't want to make it seem like women are easily brainwashed because, oh, how could she want to fuck somebody else? Because sex is amazing, and if you want cooch and penis, or if you want to be able to have sex with two separate penises, that's your choice. And love it and love it. um Polyamory is not having orgies. Who thought that it was? I don't know. I didn't say that. Yeah, that's the one. Secrets is why it just used to come on TLC. It did, but the black couple on there, it was all kind of stuff going on, and some other people too. Um, but it's fine. They were all bundled up on coast. But you know what? You know why? You know why? I feel like they probably were outside. Um, I don't know. I don't want to look. I'm not an outside person when it's cold outside. I'm also not an outside person when it's too hot. I need the weather to be like it like 70 degrees is good for me. I don't want to be hanging out outside in like 80 and above weather because it's hot. Okay, unless the wind is blowing really good and it's a good breeze off the water, I don't want to be there. But yeah, if it's cold, well, when Robin and Crystal walked up and them had some coats and them pants, I'm like, is it cold outside? It looked like it's cold outside, okay? And y'all drinking to stay warm. But we're gonna see. Okay, we're gonna see. Maybe most of their crew were not willing to be on camera. That's possible. That's possible. However, I blame Crystal because Crystal made it seem like it's a poly party. It's amazing. And I was like, but is it though? But is it? Okay. Some women do not love one person exclusively. Not all women are like some women are pressured into loving just one man and wish they were single with no man at all. Boom. Okay. People have to be okay with whatever they want to do. People need to be just more open about what they want in life. That comes with, the man you with, the job you have, okay, or whatever it may be. Okay, if you just things. At the end of the day, this party ended like it started with like some bullshit or whatever. Hey, I caught you live. Hey, Jaylee, I wish I knew you. I knew you when I lived in Detroit. I used to live in downtown in Orleans, landing off Jefferson. Oh, okay, but move before they poured the building. Right. Okay, well, hey. Let's move on because the next thing was Crystal's masquerade party. Was it something else? Was it something else? This is the thing, and this is another reason why I feel like they don't really need a second season because the finale was so boring. The main thing was a potty party um that the Poly Barbecue. And we didn't really get any real scenes from anyone else. Even seeing, the beginning where the closing, the two black men, and we seen Tiana, Klein close the house too. I felt like this whole season was lackluster. It wasn't bad. It had its great moments, but the great moments were all based on like the same situation. And the way I prefer or the way I like to see seasons play out is you want to see like at least four of the six people. Four of these six people should have had some kind of storyline on their own in some kind of way. And I don't think we had enough of that. Robin's confessional saved the family. Robin is hilarious. I completely agree. I feel like Tiffany and Tiana kind of came to their own a little bit towards the end of the season, but I felt like it was like too little, too late. And even though Crystal and Kiana both were very powerful, strong characters, we didn't really like them. And we know Kiana allegedly quit the show. Well, she quit the show because one, she posted about that on social media, and two, we seen the preview for the reunion and she isn't there. So again, for me, if you think about the season, it was about Kira being pissed about somebody unfollowing her. Robin basically being, I'm triggered, and that's her falling out with Crystal, and then Kiana kind of to me always stirring the pot, playing both sides, and then Tiana and Tiffany were kind of like sideline people, and Kira didn't even matter. So I felt like this season maybe none of them knew how to be on the show. Maybe producers had to put together the best, enticing, season they could because it wasn't much or whatever. It may be that after the first season, they all may figure out how to be more entertaining. To me, the saving grace was Robin, as far as her being funny, as far as her being the most open, as far as her um catching the audience and making us be, want to watch the show. And then that it's not taken away from any other woman here. I think they're all great in their own ways, but I feel like as an ensemble cast and as a first season, this season wasn't that good. Bell Collective to me was more entertaining than Bell's Collective one season was more entertaining than this one season. So I'm like Bell Collective, which they say it's coming back, but I don't know because I feel like they have created other shows, and we still ain't got on season two. And usually, what Carlos King shows, they quickly get approved for season, another season, and they'd be shooting. So I don't know. But for me, um, if they do come back for season two, I don't think Kiana not being there is gonna matter. Whatever, they'll put somebody else in that space. So I feel like her not being there won't be a big issue, in my opinion. But I feel like if y'all come back for season two and we get these same BS scenes, and y'all kind of depending on Robin to be the one to, bring the drama because she's gonna be the one to like check y'all about I am. Mm-mm. No ma'am. No, ma'am. Let's see. The potty party was whack. Moving on, right? Moving on. Hey, boo. Throat going out. Best friend. Nothing wrong with alternate lifestyle. Do what makes you happy. Absolutely. Kiana irritated me. She seems like she wanted to control the narrative and not have her complete personality on the show. And that's something else. You can't be on a reality show and feel like I'm a whole bag. Okay. I want to play like I'm this perfect person. And I'm going to kind of meddle in everybody else's stuff. You can't do that on a season one. You can do that once you have established yourself in your show. You can then kind of pull it back a little bit here, but pull back a little bit there. But to me, she came off phony in season one. Um, she came off as if she's hiding something. And I don't mean she's hiding something negative. Okay, I just mean she wasn't being her true, authentic self. Because how she was talking and how she was on her live that she was doing that she had to take down sometimes, to me was a more entertaining-ish person than who she portrayed on the show. Um, I know women like her only nice to women they feel are inferior to them. See, I think she shows which I think the show was not supposed to happen because it's in Tampa. I don't think the producers thought it was supposed to be a hit. All producers want their show to be a hit because they want to check. And reality shows are gold because most of the time they don't cost that much to shoot. You're not having to pay your cast that much in the beginning because it's all new, and the cast for them is all free promotion, and so that's easier for them if it's free promotion to do whatever. Then let me just take this free promotion because it's what it is. So I don't think any producer does not want their show to be a hit, even all that if all it does is gets the buzz about your show, and then people start watching it. You know what I'm saying? You get more money for that. I feel like it could have just been the ladies didn't bring it how they should. All the ladies didn't bring it how they should. You know what I'm saying? Because if we think about it, the stars of this was Robin, Crystal, and Kiana. Again, Tiffany, Tiana, and Kira were C list characters, meaning they were here and involved, but not that much. We didn't get many, alone scenes or storylines with them three. We got little bits and pieces of, her house burning down. Okay, boom. How, she's a mom and a wife, and she sometimes deals with anxiety and depression. A little bit, little bit, little bit. And even with Tiana, I can't remember anything specific about her. To say that she brought a lot this season. So, but whatever. But we know Robin, Crystal, and Kiana, and their dynamic. So I'm like, girl, you know, I love me some Kiana and Crystal. Do you? Okay, well that says that says a lot. Kiana is very exhausting. Maybe she thought she'd be the fan favorite. I don't know. I'm proud of her success, but she seems like a lot. I agree, but I feel like on the show, she was a lot thinking this is what will make them. To me, Kiana came off as a Nene Leaks, but not Nene Leaks in season one. Nene Leaks around season 8. Nene Leaks once she was solidified as Nene Leaks of Housewives of Atlanta, and she had built a following. She had built a brand, in the brand in the aspect of people knew kind of who she was. Kiana came in trying to be a season 5 cast person and not season 1. We don't know you yet, mama. And if you don't come off likable, and likable doesn't mean you're a pushover or you have to be so nicey nicey. Doesn't mean that at all. You can come in strong will and in your opinions of things. but it just didn't come off authentic. You know what I'm saying? Um, hey, Jaylee JayBirds, I don't watch either of these shows, just sliding through to get my view. Give me a thumbs up for support. Thank you very much. See you later. I find it interesting that a few of the ladies are expanding to both Florida and Alabama. I agree. Crystal is insecure. Why I don't know. Look, first of all, Crystal is gorgeous. Okay, Crystal does not have to want attention from people the way she comes off wanting attention, and that's very weird to me. So yeah, Crystal's insecure. Why I don't know, and values quantity of friendships. Who was winning of loyalty, very transparent. I only watched one episode because it seemed like more of or the same. One because when the season started, I was in the hospital, and so I had to binge watch 3 episodes. And when I got to episode 2, I was like, "This is just like episode 1." And when I got to episode 3, I'm looking like this like episodes 1 and 2. And I said to the ladies, to Wendy, to Bonnie, Jamie, and Niecy, I'm like, is it me or is they having the same argument about the same thing in every episode? Is the same like we it kind of is. And while there were little itty bitty, differences or whatever of the season, everything still stem from shit that happened in episode like 1 and 2. And I'm like, y'all ain't moved past anything. And it's because even though it's like months, like a month or two later, it's still the same old, same old. So for all the episodes, it was a bit lame. I think the season was cut short because of something Tampa. Maybe the producers were scared cause it was about real estate. I don't believe that because every show out is just like the other shows. Like I don't think anybody like, oh, because SUV Law and Order is out, let's not do. It's like no, there are many shows that are on at the same time or come out like around each other that are the same. I mean, the fact that we have HGTV, which has all real estate things, from real estate to do-it-yourself things, or to renovations. There's a whole station that is geared to real estate, and Netflix and other network shows are still doing this. Hell, it's 18,000 housewife shows on at the same time. It's 18,000 reality shows on at the same time. So no producer is stopping their bag based on someone else having the same show. Hell, YouTube, no YouTuber is stopping discussing one show because somebody else is discussing the exact same show. Hell, sometimes we be on live talking on the same show at the same time. Nobody stops their bag based on what someone else is doing. And that's actually a good thing to tell people. Do not stop your bag because somebody else is doing it, because what you do is what you do. So I don't think that's true at all. I forgot Kira's house burnt down because they focus on the social media part so much. I would have liked to see the finished product. Right. You know? Um, it's just a little bit crazy. Agreed, Jelly. The show won't suffer because Kiana won't be there. Because Kiana was a pot stirrer. You know what I'm saying? She would try to play both sides, but never come out looking at she's not picking a side. She kept picking Crystal's side. So, I'm like, girl, bye. Last night at the high note. I was trying. Bill Collector was coming back, just don't know when. Honey, look, I'm gonna say this. Bell Collective is the first show of Carlos King and owned that haven't even announced a season 2. My thing is this: I don't need them to say, oh, season 2 is coming out on January 55th. But the fact that this season 1 was like what, last year, if not, because season 1 was like when COVID first happened. And we ain't heard not hide nor hear of nothing about that show, but we are consistently hearing about these other shows that are being done, are being improved and getting. Hell, we on season 18, not 18, but with Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, season is ended, another one coming on. So it's like it's just weird that we have been hearing nothing from Bell Collective. And to me, Bell Collective season 1 wasn't so amazing that it needs to be a secret, a surprise for season 2. It was like, no, it was a good season. I wouldn't mind seeing the season 2. What's going on? It's been like 2 years. Okay, it's been at least a year, but I'm gonna leave that be too. I hope they get a second season. If they do, that's fine. But I'll be like, okay. Needs to be longer. Maybe not, honey. Maybe not. Who was Quanta? I mean, Kiana was beginning to show her true colors and got off because she was not going to be able to keep. Girl, I don't know what that is. But I'm leave that be. Of course, that's something that bothers her in a group of women. She's hiding something. It just shows all over her face or all over her. That confidence she shows is not genuine. There's a little girl suffering under there. I think every woman on this show is holding in or hiding behind traumas of their past. Not just Crystal, all of them, and they all display it in different ways. I do feel like Crystal has confidence. I do feel like Crystal um, could possibly be a good person. I just think, she also has flaws like we all do. And she doesn't accept the fact that I think her major issue is she does want to be liked. I think it may come from her maybe not being liked as much when she was younger. Maybe females did not like her as much. And so now that she's an adult, she wants to have as many friendships as she can. And that comes off in a way of pick me, like me, be my friend. And if you do not want to be my friend, I'm confused why someone would not want to be my friend. Even with her and Robin, I think she feels like if she can be the fixer of Robin, if I can keep fixing Robin and helping Robin, it shows how good of a friend I am, and that way other people will want to be my friend. And that's the issue. You should not want to you look, I don't have a lot of friends at all, but the ones I have, you know down for whatever. But I'm not out here feeling like if I'm introduced to someone, then we have to be friends. No, you can be an associate, you can be an acquaintance. You know what I'm saying? In this different levels to that. Crystal comes off as someone who needs friends, and I think it comes from whoever did not like her when she was, younger. But we're gonna leave that be. Now at Crystal's masquerade party, you know what I'm saying, where she was having, and she invited only clients who they've closed with over the last 6 months. But she was like, I was nice and I invited the ladies or whatever to have an olive branch extended. And I was like, girl, bye. Now when they said Kira didn't come because Kira bought a dress, because it was a masquerade party, it was dressed in the nines. But Kira didn't come because the dress she bought to wear still had the sensor on it and she had nothing else to wear. And I was like, girl, are you sure? But we also see Tiffany didn't come. And I feel like the fact that we know Kira, boom, right here, and Tiffany, boom, right here, were the ones to where, Crystal was trying to woo her away from Tiffany. And we know Tiffany and Crystal do not get along. So I do feel like Kira didn't come just to not be involved in the bullshit of it all. And I feel like Tiffany didn't come because she's not friends with Crystal. So you can invite me, but I'm not coming. I won't be there, ma'am. No, no, thank you. Because their last encounter, the end of the conversation of them two, this didn't go well. Because again, as Tiffany made it clear, we just don't vibe. And that's fine. You don't always vibe with people, and that's just what happens. Um, I felt like the rest of the party was bullshit. Crystal, who got up there, and we seen Crystal introduce Robin to her mom. And I was like, why y'all, this is my thing. Um, Anyone who was my friend already knows my mom. And I'm like, okay, maybe that was Robin meeting her mom in person. But I'm like, y'all ain't seeing each other with FaceTime or nothing at all. It's just weird to me because everybody, because even when I was sick in the hospital, my mom was consistently talking to my friends. You know what I'm saying? There was a core group of people who were being told what's going on because my friends know my mom. You know what I'm saying? My mom was on, video with, Jamie, Bonnie, and Niecy talking about, you know what I'm saying? So like, so for me, I'm looking like, how much are y'all really friends if she on your mama? Not your mama? Okay. If you say so, whatever. But oh, now we're friends. We're better friends. Your mama's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Okay, my mom now, so we can be closer. Now that she knows my mom, Crystal, Go sit down. But I was like, girl, bye. And then we seen Crystal give out awards. Okay, and I get her giving out awards to her team for their hard work, but you gave an award to Robin and to Kiana. Okay, and I was like, girl, get out my face. Again, it's the thing of you gave an award to Robin and to Kiana, but Tiana was there and you ain't give her nothing. That's weird to me. But I'm gonna leave that be. Okay, I'm gonna leave that be at all. But I felt like that was her way of saying, okay, y'all are my friends. So you get an award too. You get an award. You get everyone gets an award. Well, everybody except Tiana. Um, let's see. It's hard to be Crystal's friend. She likes to control the narrative too much. Crystal tried to control the narrative of her friends when her friends weren't around. You know what I'm saying? Conversations in confessionals, conversations with other people. Crystal doesn't do that in the face of her friend. And I feel, and that's how she is. So she tries to control the narrative when the friends aren't around. And then when having a conversation with people, she either backtracks and pussy pops, or she totally ignores the truths being shot in her face. Okay. Does anyone remember who started the colorist narrative in regards to Tiffany? Was it Crystal? That was a reach. I don't remember at all, honestly. I thought it was just me. I was like, friendship is a fraud. The lies, the lies, the lies. Um, Robin Crazy used to be used the best friend term very loosely, and people do that. You should look. I have one best friend. Okay, Karla Pace. That's my best friend. We've been best friends since elementary school. Okay, and we've built that up over. Cause I'm now 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? So that's my best friend. I don't call anyone else my best friend. Okay. Now, I have other great friends? Yes. My girl Rain. Rain is a great friend. Okay. I've also known her since high school. Okay. I have other great friends, but I do not use the term friend loosely. I do not use the term best friend. I have one best friend. Period. Okay. And I don't care how close I am to anybody else. Everyone know who my best friend is, but that doesn't mean my other friends are any less important. You just not my best friend, but you are still a great friend to me, and we've been through whatever. um and I make sure people know, like, if they're an associate, because I don't talk to you that often, but I associate with you. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like Crystal and Robin tried to make it seem as if, oh, I'm my best friend. No, you're not. You don't even support each other the way a best friend would. Even if you are mad at your best friend, the support don't change. And excuse me, the way that Crystal and Robin interacted with each other, even while they were upset with each other, isn't how best friends move. Period. That ain't how it go. It was this is weird to me, and I don't think because I think one of them says something about how sometimes you have conflict. No, you don't. I mean, no, no, there is no, and there's a difference between having a disagreement or a difference of opinions versus y'all having conflict with each other. That's not how it happens at all. That ain't what we do. And I feel like Robin and Crystal were friends. They were. But I also feel like neither of them trusted the other. And if you don't trust your best friend, y'all not best friends. Okay? Your best friends have to know where the bodies are buried. Okay? Period. Your best friend had to be the one who you can call to pick up a shovel to help bury those bodies. If Robin or Crystal had any dead bodies, they would snitch on the other one. While being upset, okay? But that's what it is. My friends don't know my mom because I live in a different state. See, okay. When I say know a person's mom, it doesn't mean that you and the mom are like hanging out, but they should know who your mom is. Your mom should be fully aware of who those people are in your life. And even if they don't see each other in person, they should know what your mom look like. They should know her personality because it's but that's for people who are like I am extremely close with my mother. You know what I'm saying? So she's always around. So if you don't know of my mom, then you don't know me. That's what it is. Robin's blonde wig was cute. It was. It really, really was. Mm-hmm. Quote, best friend. That's my best friend. Um, Tiffany was on IG Live last weekend with her mom talking about how Tiff is not a colorist. I watched a live, but was wondering who put that out there. Maybe it was said at the reunion. It could have been said at the reunion. It could also be, this bullshit that's being said on social media. Sometimes things are said online that they, take in and take it as truth. And I'm looking like, girl, leave it right there. Never use the term best friend that I've not known for many years. Anything under 10 years, you're just a friend, maybe closer than other, but not my best friend. And I also feel like best friend is not equated to another time. You know what I'm saying? Because I've known people, for a long time, and I'm not. I feel like it sounded like I was getting emotional, but I wasn't. My eyes itch. But I feel like you can't equate a best friend to how much or how long of time you know someone. It comes from a bond, and you can meet someone because it didn't take me 30 years to say Carla's my best friend. We were best friend, like, it started, I think it was like fourth grade. So we just stayed friends and grew up together. You know what I'm saying? And had lives. It's like you can know someone for 40 years and still not um they can't they that doesn't mean they're your best friend. You know what I'm saying? Best friend is not about time. It's really about the bond that you form with someone who what, this person fully has my back. And I could not talk to them for 5 years because and not only that, you grow up and life happens and people have to live life. You may not talk every day because we're grown now. I got bills to pay, husband to do this with them, boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? All these things. But you still know that bond with that person, that's your person. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that bond can form over a year, but it just has to be genuine. And these two here don't have that genuine bond. So they actually are. I work from home. I never seen my sup in person. Oh, supervisor on the video chat. She has met my parents to see them via video, like she called my dad. So I don't get it. They not even close friends. you know? Uh-huh. My mama gonna roll with Mama Lee. Like I roll with Lee. Just because she knows how I feel about Jay. It is what it is. Look, because this is friendship. Because okay? Period. Because I don't think our parents have ever, probably like at graduations or whatever. But again, but our parents know, you know what I'm saying? Those are each other's people. And that's all that matters. And that's friendship. When your family know, that's that. Okay. And the fact that Crystal's dad can't see through her bullshit and how she describes Robin lets me know it's only Robin and Crystal who has this whatever with each other and not do some bullshit too. Crystal posted the words colorism. Oh, on her IG, and that sparked her fans to start saying Tiffany's a colorist and that production is colorist too for making Crystal the villain. Production didn't make Crystal the villain. Crystal made Crystal the villain. And that be the weird part, how people do not want to own the role they played and who we see them as. Does production get the last edit to edit how they want to? Absolutely. But you said and did everything they put out there. But that's just on that. It's just stupid. Okay. So again, the masquerade ball was what it was, and we didn't have any remarks from each person. So Robin, who brings up how she's been through trauma, but she's what she's supposed to be. She did not let the whole fiasco with all the ladies coming at her at that one dinner stop her from doing whatever. And then say Robin opened her own boutique brokerage firm called Still Atlanta and picked 4 agents for the firm. Now we don't know which 4 agents she picked for the firm. Okay, I'm like, who's the 4? Do we know the 4? Is it a new 4? Who could it be? And she's going to, I think they say she expanding? No, her stuff was just in Atlanta. But they also say that her and Crystal had another falling out. Okay, and now they are no longer friends. We're not surprised. We're not surprised. Because Robin came on in an interview with the panel. And I'm like, yeah, her and Crystal are not friends at all any longer. And then I did see Crystal, who did a live with, I think, with DJ Ricky Sky. And I'm like, but I was bored. And that's not no tea, no shade, but I was bored. And I was like, girl, is you boring all the time? I just feel like her answers were too practice, too general. And I was like, oh, I'm just sleeping. I can't fall asleep. I was trying to listen. I was like, no, I'm tired. Because I feel like Robin's interview was very, very engaging, very, very, very enlightening. And when DJ was talking to Crystal, I was like, what she say? Nothing. Okay. And that was it. But again, I'm not surprised that those are not friends. Tiffany, right here, says she's up for a challenge to fight off anxiety or depression that comes her way. Okay. And that she just wants to be a good example for her children. Blah, 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 blah. Now she's opened up a second law office and plans on girl, ex, extending her services to Alabama and also becoming an advocate for destigmatizing mental health issues. I love that she mentioned, them mentioning her wanting to destigmatize mental health issues because so many people do not take mental health issues seriously, and that goes with anxiety, depression, just stressful situations, just things that you mentally can't handle sometimes. And I think that's amazing. Now, Kiana, boom, 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 we know she quit the show. And her saying how no one should be judged if they do not want to have children or if they do want to have children, and that, whatever God, has for her is for her, and that, if it's just her, her husband, her dog, she's okay with that. I feel like no one questioned Kiana, on if she wanted kids. In my opinion, I do think people thought it was weird that it was one scene of her with the IVF stuff. And Robin said, she did not believe that girl, she did not believe that Kiana really wanted children. And I do think that could be a way of her saying, like, don't question what I want to do. But that was Robin's opinion, girl. I'm gonna leave that be. And I never felt like she did not want kids. It just felt something about it felt like she was trying to give, I don't know, because Kiana never shared who she really was. It just didn't seem, genuine. But that does not mean that wasn't what she was going through in real life. It does not mean that I think she was lying about going through IVF. It just felt like that was out of left field. You know what I'm saying? And if she doesn't want kids, that's fine. If she whatever she wants is her life, it's fine. What it is. Um, and she also brings up how she's expanding her company to include male agents. I was like, why is that? I'm like, why would I think it's I guess because it's supposed to be an all-female cast or whatever, it's the thing if she wants to have male relatives, male agents. I'm like, but a lot of girl need that be. Her and her husband are pursuing their second attempt at IVF, and then for Crystal, you know, beautiful chocolate skin, so she said, I've learned things that I didn't know, but I've learned things that I did know, and I'm open to it all. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? But did you take in anything that you did not know? I don't think she did. Okay. And you say that she's dating a man who she's known for years. That could be anybody. And she's expanding her law practice to include Florida and Alabama, whatever. And then for Kira, she rebuilt her house since her last house burned down. She applied to get a license to sell real estate in Florida. And then for Tiana, I felt like the sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? I have a seat at the table because I bought the table. I was like, that's it. I just felt like, why y'all? But again, to me, Kira, Tiffany, and Tiana were B-list, C-list cast, where it wasn't enough emphasis put on them at all. Okay. I'm Christopher, and I don't see colorism. Okay. Rightly, Kristen made herself look like the villain. She really did. Tiffany made herself the villain. She absolutely did. Hey boo. Honestly, I'm here for Robin having her own show. Robin can have her own show, but I also feel like Robin has to have supporting cast to have Robin be Robin. Robin is amazing when she's around other people doing things. You know what I'm saying? So as long as she has a good supporting cast, Robin could have her own show. Hell, this was kind of Robin show if you think about it. But it was what it was. Yes, Tiffany was very relatable, and I don't like or don't understand why we didn't get more of that, but I do know every time I seen Crystal in the scene, it was amazing. Okay. I'm a Crystal fan. I don't already seen that. Trying to make sure I'm not going back to the same kind of I was. Oh, that may be okay. But anyway, that was her show. Okay, that was everything for what's the show called, y'all? I forgot. Oh yeah. Ladies who lives in Atlanta. I do feel like they will probably get a season 2. When will season 2 come? I don't know. It could be how they did Bell Collective. Okay, maybe they'll wait for Bell Collective to do anything else, but I'm like, I don't know. But let's move on to my second show, because y'all know this is TV Chats. We have to do Ready to Love, but first and foremost, like the video. Because liking is half the battle. Okay. Now let's get into Ready to Love. Okay. Now I do think Ready to Love is a show that we love to hate. Okay. Why? Because sometimes it's BS, sometimes it's foolishness, and sometimes we want to punch everyone in the face because they're doing something dumb or something we just like, why are you doing that? What's the point of any of that? That is not the thing to do. That is not the thing to support. We should not do that. Um, Now the episode last week left off on a cliffhanger. Okay, on a whole cliffhanger. And I feel like I wish I would have had. So this is who's left. We'll say that. Okay, we have Clifton, you have Ace, Laverne, Carmen, Paul, AP, Joy, Wiley, Precious, Eric, and Tina. I don't know if Tina is Tina or Christina. They said Tina at first. Now, if her whole name is Christina, I got time. I'm gonna call it Tina. We then have Demetrius, Dakia, Tori, Sabrina, and Donovan. Now, I meant to put the cast all down here, but I forgot. Okay, I forgot. And then I made sure to just have this. We're gonna leave that be because we know people, and I still always put this up. Okay, I'll always put this up, but we see that again. The bottom two was AP, okay, and Precious. And now I was like, Lord, what's going on? Now they tell AP they feel like she has some lingering emotions that are connected to her ex-husband, well, not ex-husband, her deceased husband, and that she may not be ready for this process. They tell, well, not they. Demetrius is telling this lady in front of everybody. We say Precious how they feel like she may still want to be a party girl in the nightlife, and the men in there have moved past that or whatever, and so that may not be where they want to be. And I was like, this is what aggravated me about it. I agree that AP is not ready for the show. She may be ready to love again, but she can't be on a show that is about rushing to like someone and rushing to get a connection with different people. And that's the part that won't work for her. And I do think she should be dating in real life, not dating on this show, because she wasn't going to open up to anybody quickly because she's still, dealing with the loss of her husband. Now, let's see, I didn't like the way Demetrius handled the elimination. You didn't have to say all of that, sir. Well, no, the reason I didn't have an issue with that is because had they went on dates, usually the thing is they'll go on a date and they'll tell the women this. So I didn't see an issue with it. He may not have worded it in a way that was, amazingly well, but I think he worded it in a way that explained exactly to them why one of them would be going home. But I don't not like it because had each man took each lady on a date, they would have told them the exact same thing. So that I saw, I don't know. It's just weird. But again, they end up sending AP home, and I'm not surprised. AP was fully not ready to be rushed to like somebody. We're gonna leave it at that. Now we then see everybody go have some amazing food because we know Eric is a chef. Boom, where's Eric? Eric, where's Eric, y'all? Where's Eric? Okay, Eric, second row, blue shirt. Eric is a chef. He made some amazing food. It made me hungry. I'm like, oh, that look good, but I can't eat it. Now we do see Laverne then say, hey guys, let's play truth or dare. Now I was like, no, maybe not. Now Laverne, okay, top row third. Um, to me, there wasn't a huge issue in saying let's play truth or dare. But what I do feel like is truth or dare is a dangerous game depending on who's playing it and what their intentions are. However, one person, him, because later on, people felt like that was a messy thing to want to do. I feel like as an adult, truth or dare isn't a messy game. But on a dating show, it can be messy because people then have to be honest. But that's not even messy. That's just being grown. You know what I'm saying? If you like one person more than the other person, that's what it is. So I didn't think him suggesting the game was messy. I think some of the things that people said to do could be looked at as messy. Now he dared Tina to go like touch or put her hand on the chest of the person she had, the best connection with. And surprisingly, not surprised because we all also saw it. She went for the hand on Paul, like not Paul. Paul, look, y'all know Paul. I don't like Paul. I don't know how Paul is still on this show. I am very confused about Paul being liked by anybody. Paul to me seems creepy. Paul to me seems like a man who just wants a young woman who he can get pregnant because he wants children. Um, and he talks like a pimp from the 60s who's trying to be politically correct but still being inappropriate. And I don't like it. Okay. But again, Tina, okay, who is 31, likes Paul, who was 48. And remember, they brought Tina in because Wiley, who was 32, the women kept, saying how, oh, he's so young. Okay. And they never really gave Wiley a chance, truth be told, based on his age. Okay. Now, I would have assumed that Tina and Wiley could have had at least a little bit of a connection, a little bit more, but she liked older men. And I'm like, so y'all brought a woman on here who likes older men, even though she was supposed to be for someone who was younger. Production, y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. And even someone brought up Paul and Tina. That you 48 and she's 31. You know what I'm saying? And then Paul then gonna say, well, yeah. And they kind of made a reference into how Wiley is, aware of how, sometimes younger women like older men or whatever. And Wiley thing is, I really wish they'll stop bringing up my age. You know what I'm saying? Because age don't mean shit if you're a grown man. I'm like, I agree. Okay, I agree. Let's see. They could have sent AP home with a to go with a to go play. Send her home before dinner. They ain't gonna waste no food. They was gonna eat the food themselves. Okay. What is the attraction to Paul? He irks my soul. Yes, he irks my soul too. Paul just seems creepy. And this is my thing. There are many older men who are not creepy. There are many older men who does not come off like they're trying to impregnate your uterus. It is many older men who don't come off like a perverted man lusting after a younger woman. And that's what Paul gives me. And I think Paul thinks that's his, suave debonair way of flirting, but it don't work for me. It's weird. I like it, Big Daddy Paul. Okay. I don't. Okay. Oh, you do too? Honey, I don't. Um, what is attracting to Paul? He hurts my soul. Oh, y'all be when y'all put up double thing. Y'all know I see. I gotta just get to it. Sometimes I be think I'm going crazy. I'm like, no, I just read this because it's on it twice. Paul makes my nerves bad. I'm shocked. He still look. I was shocked. Paul made it past episode 1 when he was questioning Ace on her being divorced 10 years ago. Okay. He's creepy and lame. Plus, he looks like the main. He looked like that man in prison. Uh, Paul on his IG annoying too. See, I don't want to see that man on his IG. So again, so that was one thing. So we know Tina liked Paul and Paul liked Tina. Nasty. Donovan dares Joy to kiss the man she has the best connection with, and she, honey, jogs over to Clifton. I think we all are aware, okay? Donovan is a new dude, okay? And him telling Joy to kiss the person she has the best connection with. No one was surprised. No one was surprised that she ran over to Clifton. I think we all know that. But Carmen gonna say, I was just, he just brought me a plate. Okay, he brought me a plate, and here come Joy trying to scoop when she said scooping, and I was like, first of all, heifer, because I don't like Carmen. When Carmen came in with them goddamn Jesus blue contacts or whatever, and was talking about how she had real hair, Carmen was on my bad side from that day forth. Okay, she won't ever get on my good side. Okay, and it was even need that be. But I'm like, first of all, Joy and Clinton had a connection before you were even on the show. So you can't be shocked at the fact that, she kissed him and that he allowed her to kiss him. They are each other's number one connection, even though Clifton is still, looking around and still trying to see whatever else. We do know him and Joy have been clicking since episode 1. Okay, and my thing is you acting like, oh, I can't believe that, Clifton made me a plate, and then here comes Joy scooping in. When Carmen, you did the exact same thing to the Kia. When the Kia and Eric was in the kitchen vibing, you came in and tried to scoop on in to get Eric. So honey, hush. Hush, puppy. Okay, those are shoes, don't judge me. Anyway, so the Kia then asked Carmen, truth or dare? And Carmen says, truth. And she's like, are you genuinely attracted to people here or to someone here? Or are you only attracted to them because, that's who's here? You have nobody else. Is that what it is? And I think her point was, she was like, basically, Carmen, you on bullshit. You are only liking people based on someone else liking them, and that's all who's here. It's not really genuine. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, meaning stop trying to get with Eric. He's mine. And she's, yes, I'm genuinely attracted to a few people. Okay, here. I don't believe you. Okay, Eric. Then there's Sabrina. Sabrina, go ahead and nibble on the ear of the person you feeling the most. And Joy then say, "Oh, Tori, go ahead over there," because again, everyone has been aware that Sabrina and Tori had a great connection. So of course, that's who she would do. And when Sabrina then said, "I gotta think about this," there was like, "What? What?" And Sabrina then goes and nibbles on Demetrius's ear. And I was like, damn. And everyone is shocked. Everyone is complete like, what? What? She okay, okay. And Tori was shocked too. And then who Ace then dares Demetrius to go kiss whoever he likes the most. He then goes and kisses Sabrina, which again shocks Tori because again, Tori was like, I had no idea that Sabrina and Demetrius were even that close. You know what I'm saying? Because how me and her are, so I'm just kind of, you know what I'm saying? What? I don't know what's going on. I'm shocked. He was shocked and upset. Okay, I'm like, is he gonna go home next? No, because I like Tori, but I also feel like we don't get enough of him. But we're gonna see. Wait, what? I'm slowly understanding the attraction to Paul, but I can't explain it. Me either. Me either. Benetti Paul said y'all can kiss his ass because he's here to stay. Honey, okay. If he say so, I'll mate, but I think Laverne got a little man complex. Tina's attraction to Paul makes me question her judgment. I completely agree. Okay. I don't trust Carmen. Me either. I do not trust Carmen. I feel like Carmen is here for the show, not really for love, because every time I've seen her go for a man, it's based on someone else liking him, in my opinion. We're gonna leave that be. Carmen's a no for me. I don't know what that. I think that's. I don't know what that is. Who? What? Somebody block this person because I don't even know what they talking about, and that's just weird. I don't like Carmen either. She can go home. Carmen is another one I don't care for. Sabrina really lost me. She's so spitting over Demetrius when he doesn't do anything at all. While Tori has great personality and puts in the effort. I feel like Sabrina, I'm Sabrina, I'm saying this, Demetrius. I don't think we've gotten any kind of inkling on who he is as a person or nothing. Like we don't even, he don't get much showtime. So I'm confused about the whole thing. Um, it's just weird to me. So I don't see why Sabrina likes him. So I was confused too. Troy needs to just explore the other connections. Like let Sabrina have dry, dry, because he is a little bit dry. Um, yes, wasn't feeling. Yeah, Troy wasn't feeling that at all. And I think his thing was he was just confused on how he had no idea about her connection to Demetrius, and I agree. But it's just weird. What is this? What, girl? It's weird when I'm like trying to read comments and it's a whole different comment. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't even know anything about the show. Let's move on. Anyway, so we then see a group date. It's a group date with Wiley, Demetrius, Clifton, Joy, and Precious. And they went to like I'm just like an adult sky zone. It's like a whole little fun little place to go climb on things, but for adults. But I'm gonna leave that be. Because this thing fun. It was a fun date for them to um get to know each other and to make sure to have fun, but be able to talk, here and there, whatever. And so we see Precious who's talking to Demetrius or whatever, and it's like she's kind of just professing how, I'm a serious person, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not, out here trying to be a party girl, you know what I'm saying, and I'm gonna prove myself. I'm like, prove yourself. I'm like, for what? And I'm gonna block a troll because I ain't got time. Because I'm like, why are you in here asking about shit that ain't got no, or it's already been done. Ash took got it. Thanks, Ash. Um, but it was weird to me that it felt like Precious was trying to convince Demetrius that she was the one and she isn't the fun time girl. But I'm looking like, why are you trying to um convince Demetrius when I don't think you really like Demetrius? It was weird to me, her whole conversation about it. And I do feel like she probably still wants to have fun in life, but girl, don't try to prove yourself to these men who want you to be what they want. Okay, if that's who you are, be who you are. And I'm a professional woman or whatever, and I'm here for love, and I want to be open to you and blah 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 blah. I just felt like Precious wasn't being Precious. I think Precious was like, you know what, I don't want to go home. So the things that they said I am, let me try to say that I'm not. But if you are, that's okay because sometimes people do want to have fun. And he felt like, well, I think she's trying to do damage control. Okay. And so I wonder if she's being genuine in this conversation or is she just trying to stay on the show. I'm like, first of all, Demetrius, you haven't showed us anything. So to me, you could be trying to dislike Sabrina because Sabrina likes you. Because you haven't shown us that you have shown any real interest in her. Because on the other day where it was AP, Sabrina, Demetrius, Wiley, and I think Tori, you sat behind her the whole time and didn't say anything. So I'm like, you can't sit up here and say, well, is she doing damage control because she might go home? You might go home. Okay, if Sabrina didn't like you, your ass can go home. So I was like, get out my face, man. You're making me mad. Um, we do see Wiley and Joy have a bit of a conversation, and you can see Joy trying to get him to understand. Um, they didn't feel like he was putting forth any intentional, direct energy into who we liked. He would put on a little bit of, flirt or whatever, but he would then kind of back off and be like, this person is a bot, so get them out. Because I don't know what's going on with these bots. Because it is what it is. But anyway, Joe was trying to get Wilder to get you. You need to be more intentional. You need to, if you like someone, go for it. You can't sit back and wait or whatever. And he do say, I'm gonna stop waiting for things to happen. Because I do think even with him and Tina, he felt like, he could kind of wait for them to kind of, have a connection, and boom, she not like Paul. So it do seem like Wiley wasn't being as aggressive as he could have for the people that he, should have put up in the corner somewhere and say, I like you, you like me. But it's like whatever. Now we do see Sabrina and Troy meet up. Okay. Tori. I sometimes call him Troy. Tori meet up just to have a conversation about what happened at the little meeting or whatever. And he brings up how he just was not aware that she was feeling Demetra so much. So for him, he was caught off guard. And when she said how, well, I was just being honest. And, it wasn't as if I could tell you that I like somebody else more. And I I don't think anyone has to tell someone, you know what, you're my number one and that person my number two. But I do think there can be a conversation on, you know what, I like you and I like so and so too. So those, I'm trying to decide between y'all two, because I think his issue was he just had no idea that she was connecting with anybody else. And he just wanted a bit of communication on that part. So I don't feel like her saying, well, I couldn't tell you I like someone else. I'm like, that's BS. You can always let somebody know, hey, I also like so and so. I do think other people have done that, just because that's the nature of the game. So when he brings up how we should be honest with each other, saying about how we feel, what's going on, and it was almost like she was giving, because she has the right to explore other people than just him. We do want them to, not only put all their eggs in one basket, but we also want them to be honest about, hey, I have my eggs in a couple baskets, okay? So that way, Tori could have probably knew to put his eggs in other baskets too. I think Tori's issue may have been, I didn't have my eggs in other baskets because I thought that we were, doing this, and I don't remember what the person myself. We were doing this and it was just us two. And now that I see is more than just us two, I need to move differently because you moving differently and I don't want to be no fool. And um she explains things like, we have to both do whatever. I felt like Sabrina was giving excuses based on her not communicating to him in the right way. So yeah, I agree. They're gonna have to get the hell up out of here. Because they're getting on my nerves. But I can kind of see stuff now, so I'm a block people because I think I have more of blockage powers than my mods. Who these people get up, go on here somewhere, bots. I'm almost done anyway. Um, anyway, when he told her, when there's too many hands in one pot, it gets confusing. I'm saying, like this isn't a long journey, so I can't really, take too long to figure things out, and I don't want to keep having to figure things out. So if I have to be second to somebody else, I rather just let it be. And while I feel like you can't give her no ultimatum, you cannot make her feel like you have to be her number one or else. You can't do that, but you can say, if I'm not your number one, let me know so I can move differently, okay? And her saying how she wants patience and time, it's fine. Want that patience, want that time, but let him know that you need that because you're thinking about more than just him. So I do think their conversation, was good so that they both know where each other stands from now on. And he's like, you good, we good, saying go ahead and explore and whatnot. Now we see Carmen going on a date with Paul. And I'm like, not my two least favorite people together in one scene, honey. Get out my face. I feel like Carmen, you should know Paul don't want nobody who's close to his age. Paul wants a young Tenerone, okay? He wants someone young who he can impregnate. And while he may be attracted to Carmen, I don't see him wanting to be with Carmen. I see him wanting to maybe sleep with Carmen, maybe wanting to hang out with Carmen, but I don't see him wanting a long standing anything with Carmen because the people he's always went to, it was Precious, Sabrina, and Natina, the youngest women on the show. That is what it is. Paul asked if he can give her his pickle, and he asked that question in the most disgusting way. I wanted to punch him in his throat, okay? Because it was completely sexual for one. And her response like, I prefer to be fed. And then he feeds her the pickle. I'm like, y'all are so disgusting. Get on my damn nerves. Because I feel like both of them, you know, again, Paul wants a young woman, period. And to me, Carmen wants just to be in competition with somebody and to win. And I'm surprised she picked Paul because not that many people like Paul. But again, that's on her. And they do discuss deal breakers or whatever. And Paul said, you know, my deal breaker is anybody who is content with not, you know, having any drive. You know what I'm saying? People who are discontent with just being content. And I feel like Paul says words that he probably heard somewhere else. And I don't like it. I feel like nothing that he says is truthfully his truth. I feel like he's saying things to make people feel like I am this go-getter person and I need a go-getter person in my life. Um, and you know, I'm always trying to be better. And that could be him, but I feel like it's not. It's a part of it just seems a bit fake and fugazi to me. Um, and it gets on my damn nerves. Uh yeah, he wants to impregnate something. That's all he wants to do. That is all. Oh, he's the season. Oh, he is the season's Walter, because that's true. He's just. But see, this is the thing. He doesn't have the charm that Walter had. There's something about Paul that isn't charming to me. Um, and I think it's the stuff he say because Walter didn't say much. He just gave off a aura of him. I think Paul says too much that reminds us he comes off creepy. Okay. Um, Tina might be looking for a sugar daddy. She could be. She really, really could be. Now, Paul, then we'll see. Paul, I think it's the fact that Paul is so old and awkward that attracts me to him. Well, Kelsey, I'm gonna need you to, you know what? Do you? Okay. That is funny. But you know, Paul then asked Tina, not Tina, Carmen, why she's been single for 4 years. And it's weird to me because I feel like this is the thing. If you're single and she's single and y'all are both on a single show, to ask someone, well, why are you single? I think that's a dumb question because no one's gonna say, well, I was cheating forever. You know, I used to beat my ex and I was in prison for 5 years for lonely these things. No one's gonna say anything negative, sort of kinda. Sometimes you hear the men say, well, I used to cheat, I fixed myself and now I'm good. And it's like whatever. But I feel like that's an easy question to ask somebody to be on bullshit. Um her response was, you know, I'm single because people just assume I'm in a relationship based on based on how she looks. Um, and she then said how either she said or he said someone brought up her being approachable, and she said, "Well, I think I'm approachable. Do you think I'm approachable?" And then he said, "Well, it doesn't matter because if I want it, I'm coming and I'm here." And I'm like, "That's what rapists say." Um, it don't matter if you're approachable or not. I'm gonna come. No, sir, get out my face. Leave me alone. I don't want you to talk to me. But again, something about these two just doesn't sit right with me. Okay. Now we also seen Tina and Donovan. Okay, the two newbies. Where's the picture at? Two newbies on a date. Okay, Tina and Donovan. And while they had a great conversation, I was very bored. Donovan to me was more energetic or more, I don't know, interesting on his first date that he had with Precious. And I felt like with him and Tina, it was a conversation between two old aunts and uncles discussing, you know, their heyday. So I was bored with that whole conversation. We're gonna move on from that. Now there was a second group date with Ace, Dakia, Tina, Laverne, Paul, and Tori. And I'm like, that's too many people. Now, Paul and Tina are, of course, flirting with each other, whatever. She like him, he like her. Sugar daddy and sugar baby, fine. Okay. He wants to pregnant her, fine. She like it, I love it. It's still weird to me that the things he says doesn't creep her out because to me it comes out creepy. It comes off as he has these um pickup lines in his head and he's just waiting to say them. But again, that's on him. We also see Laverne and Ace who are flirting with each other. Now, people are surprised that Laverne and Ace, well, we don't see much of Laverne, in my opinion. Maybe I even see much of Ace, but they like each other. And I said, if you like it, I love it. However, Laverne, honey, we'll discuss him a little bit later, but he say how he wants to be intentional with who he likes. So he likes Ace, and Ace is one of his tops. And I'm like, cool, but you don't show any effort, in my opinion, to that. I do think when they are around each other, he's attentive to her, but I don't think we've ever seen him go out his way to do anything to be with Ace or to be around Ace. That's the weird part. And then when the Kia and Tori talk, he said he needs to give the other ladies more attention, and not fully focus his attention on Sabrina. You're smart, okay? Now they all do have a good time together, whatever, dancing around, drinking or whatever. Good time had by all. But Tina does bring up how Laverne is not her type. This is based on their conversation. When this look, Laverne. When Laverne was talking, and I'm like, sir, shut up. And then when he was like, he's from the South, okay, he's in the Southern area, and this fool, he's from Gary, Indiana. I'm like, sir, Gary, Indiana is the Midwest, okay? You ain't, that's not, is I was, and when she said, but you're from the South, from Gary, Indiana, that's not down. That's not down. No, it's not down. It's nowhere. There's nowhere in the Southern. I'm like, has he looked at the map? He cannot have looked at a map. And then he keeps wanting to bring up how Michael Jackson is from Gary, Indiana. So anybody who, if you don't know anything else, you should, sir. First of all, let Michael rest in peace. Second of all, when you call that man the king of R&B, I said the king of R&B. I'm like, R. Kelly not out here. They called Ara of the Kelly the king of R&B. Michael Jackson was the king of pop. I was like, the fact that you're boasting about being from the South of Gary, Indiana, in the Southern region, okay, and then saying because Michael Jackson's from there, and oh my God, that's amazing, and he was a king. I'm like, sir, how do you confuse? I was like, you gonna look so dumb at the reunion. I was like, we, the Midwest delegation, would like to give Laverne to the South, right? Because I was like, the South. I was like, Gary. I'm like, Gary. I'm like, that's next door. That's next door to Michigan. I was like, what are you talking about? But it was weird that she was like, yeah, we're not meant to be right. The king of R&B. I was right. I think Bobby Brown. I think our other Kelly. I could even say for younger folk, they think Chris Brown. But I'm like, Michael has never ever been the king of R&B. He didn't really do R&B music with a girl. Oh, right. You hear Bobby Brown. Okay. She's 31. She remember he from the Neverland Ranch. He wasn't from Gary, Indiana. I was like, we can't. Now, when all the ladies meet up, for the little who went home thing or whatever, let's see. Sabrina says she likes both Demetrius and Tori because they're both two different things that she likes. Okay, so she's trying to figure out what to do. Tina say Paul. Paul's her top based on their vibe and their conversation. I'm like, damn, she really don't like Wiley. Oh, fine. Carmen brings up how Erica's her boo. So he'll always be there, but she now likes Paul. Oh, now you like Paul because he wants to feed you a pickle. Will feed you a pickle. Okay. There's a sexual connection. I'm like, stop. No, there's not. Leave it alone. The kid says Eric, who's she's messing with the most. Ace says Laverne. I'm like, okay. And she said, I enjoy him. I also like Tori. Precious says Paul and Donovan because they could both handle her passion in different ways. I think she meant by her passion how she's a bit party a little bit extra whatever. But again, those are her top two. Now who they don't like, Ace says Clifton because of the homie vibe. Carmen also says Clifton, but she says Clifton because me and him were vibing, but then what I'm saying, I was thrown off by him enjoying connection. I'm like, how are you thrown off by a connection up there before you got there? Okay, that's weird by me. Tina, Precious, and the key. Well, no, Tina, Precious, the kid, and Joy all say Wiley. Okay, Precious says Laverne because he can get negative, and that's on some bullshit. And then Tina and Carmen also say Laverne. So we see the Kia meeting with Wiley, and then Precious meeting with Laverne. I don't think it's a shock that Wiley went home because all the women were not liking him based on his age. I'm not saying that's fair or that's right. I'm saying I was not surprised that he went home because they have been hating on his age since day one. He also had not made any connections, but he did not make any connections because they refused to give him a chance based on his age. And I do think he knew that, and that may have been the reason why he didn't fully go to make them he didn't fully try to, date anybody because they kept kind of like playing him to the left. So like, okay, well, whatever. Um, so Wiley went home. However, to me, the conversation between Precious and Laverne, I was like, how was Laverne still here? How did they send Laverne home? Laverne should go home immediately. Okay. This is the thing. I feel like Precious was talking to him in a way that may have made him defensive. However, what she was saying was truthful. And because he feel like women should come to him, he was kind of offended. And I'm like, Laverne, sit your head down somewhere. And she like, look, the reason people don't like you because they don't understand you. I'm saying they also feel like, you doing truth or dare was messy. Now, I was on his side when he said, well, I had those thinking the mess of it all, you know what I'm saying? The messy questions were not asked by me, and the kisses were suggested by the people. So I did not make that shit messy. And her thing is saying, well, because you brought the game up, it was on you. I don't agree with that. I feel like no one had to take a dare, to go kiss whoever else. And there's nothing wrong with adults being truthful. So I don't blame him for the game getting messy at all. However, past that, okay. She also brought up how you be stepping back or whatever, and you kind of are, guarded or whatever and a narcissistic and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to portray someone else. And when she said that, he then got defensive. Okay. And I'm looking like, sir, calm down. Now, sir, calm down. This fool said, well, I don't trust most of y'all. I was like, how you don't trust? But this is a dating show, sir. What is going on? Okay. He said, I don't trust many of you because y'all haven't earned my trust. Okay. But once someone has earned my trust, I open up more. I wonder if that was his stupid ass way of saying Ace has earned my trust because Ace doesn't get the same vibe from him that they do. So if his point was, I've been vibing with Ace, so Ace gets the real me, y'all get the asshole me because I don't really know y'all. But he said it in such a narcissistic way. He said it in such a negative way. He said it, and I get what they mean by he can come off negative, which means once he's offended or feels some kind of way, his demeanor does change. How he talks does change. So I completely get what they meant by saying that. But I also get the nice him is who Ace must get. But I'm like, Ace, you need to see this asshole him because if he gets upset with you, that's who you're gonna get. And I was like, I don't know. Wait, let me see. Um, Precious needs to do any more elimination days. Both times she's done it, the men went off. Or maybe you mean doesn't need to do. Um, Precious needs to refuse. Oh, needs to refuse to any of them. Okay. I agree. Laverne didn't go home because people are true. This is why he did not go home. And I get that. I get that. But again, I still felt like, wait, he's not good around strangers. And it's like it's a show of strangers. So what do you want to do? He's not going home. And it's just weird to me. They kept someone who they say is narcissistic and like doesn't really come for them. And when he said how uh you know the woman I'm supposed to be with will come to me, meaning he doesn't want to go to the woman or go. I'm like, no. No, Laverne is a beautiful man. It's a beautiful man. However, he is a narcissist. And I don't want to have to earn your trust just for you to be authentic with me. Like, don't give me your passcodes. I get that you don't know me. Excuse me. But however, for him to just not be nice to everyone, for him to not really want to approach the women or go after the woman aggravates me. I think his behavior with directly raising high pressures. I also agree with this. I do think Precious was giving off a aura of, I won't say negativity, but it was a strong, you ain't shit and let me tell you why. And then so he kind of reciprocated that energy and was like, well, whatever. So I don't think either of them was right or wrong. I think they both was right and wrong. And I think Precious, I do wonder if Precious was still kind of upset based on her being in the bottom two last week. Well, before. And now she had the power to tell somebody about themselves. But you could see a bit of arrogance in how she spoke to him. And it's based on who it seems like he is. He ain't like that shit. And so, because he ain't like that shit, he kind of wasn't as gentle, or he wasn't as nice. He wasn't as soft as he could have been, considering he was speaking with a female. So, that's on him. Okay, that's on him. Um, now Laverne has his issues, but I feel like Precious has a hidden beef with him. Well, when she said towards the end, you're still ready to love, you're still here, and we want you to, um, be better, whatever. I hope you woo me back too. The way he kind of laughed, like, bitch, please, right? No, because at that point in time, he was mad. And but that's the part of them saying he can get negative. And my thing is, if y'all feel like he's a person who could be negative and a narcissist, why do y'all want him there? But again, it's because no one had a connection with Wiley, and at least one person has a connection with him. So it would not have made sense to send him home over Wiley. But again, I was like, honey, I think he's used to women seeing how gorgeous he is, because he's very attractive. He has a great body or whatever. It's a nice little voice. And I think he's used to women coming at him. And that's why he said, like, he said, I know the woman for me will come to me. So I ain't going home. I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be here to the end. And I'm like, is that you saying Ace will always come to me because I'm her only connection? So I'm not worried about going home because I have someone who likes me. But I feel like, but you're not trying to build with her and you're on bullshit. So it's weird. Paul snapped the pressure during his elimination day too, because Paul is an asshole. I don't like Paul. And we're just now seeing that Laverne is a different version of Paul. Okay, he may not be older and creepy, but he's still, not as old, but aggravating, in my opinion. Laverne wants the woman to swoon over him and earn him, and he's not all that for all that. He is full of himself, and I feel like production did us a great service in showing us the other side of Laverne, because we haven't seen much of that. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, oh, that's who you is. So that's what we see that we didn't know. Yeah, really attractive men never have to try hard. They have to be traditional. They have to be traditional and ask women out. Never have to be good in bed because women just throwing that thing at them. And I feel like Laverne, bruh, you ain't shit. Okay. Thinking that someone has to come to you, you ain't shit. Okay. And that's on you. However, Wiley's went home and, Laverne's still here. That is the end of this review. Okay. This is almost 2 hours. I am about to be live in the next 3 minutes for my growing up hip hop review. So please come on for that. But this was TV chat. Okay. We did Ladies Who List. We do Ready to Love. Okay. Next will be growing up hip hop. So come back for that, or else I will be talking to myself. So other than that, I will talk to y'all later. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all had a great chat with me. See y'all later. Gotta go. Bye.